Okay, this is a random vid, you know, talking about martial arts and stuff like that. My friend had a question about martial arts, and, you know, I just wanted to answer him. I'm not a professional, like a master or nothing like that, but I know enough. Anyway.
Alright, first question. What martial arts you do?
Me? I practice karate, jiu-jitsu, Muay Thai, Kung Fu. Kung Fu as in, like, all bare-fisted Chinese martial arts. No weapon forms at all.
Which one you did first?
Karate. But, you know, I kind of didn't mean to learn more than one. I mean, I learned more than one based off of that mixed martial arts crap. It's not really something that everybody should do. Because, you know, overall, learning more than one martial art is kind of bad. Like, one martial art is equivalent to learning at least 1,000 overall.
But I thought it was good, though, because you heard hybrid martial arts, right?
Yeah, hybrid. I heard of hybrid martial arts. Like, hybrid martial arts is basically somebody who fight the way they fight, but they incorporate at least, like, different techniques and different styles. But, you know, that'll probably be, like, as low as 7 to, like, over that. Somebody like me, I don't incorporate any techniques. I use the actual style.
But aren't you a hybrid martial arts? So you do karate and Muay Thai and jiu-jitsu, and Chinese martial arts got a whole bunch in itself.
No, because I don't incorporate the different I don't incorporate, like, different techniques from all of them. I don't fight the way I fight. I fight based off of those systems. Hybrid martial arts usually people, like, you ever heard of Tekken?
Yeah.
You ever play with the bull? What's his name? Lee Chaolun? With the tuxedo, purple hair? Yeah, he's my young boy. That's my favorite character. Play with him, y'all. But anyways, he would be considered hybrid martial arts because, like, he fight the way he fight, but yet he used different techniques from different fight systems.
So, UFC is a good example, right?
No, UFC to me, not trying to be smart to anybody. I mean, you know, Chuck Liddell, he's a beast. You know, if I seen him walking down the street, I'd cross the street, you know, wait for him to walk past, go the other direction. Hopefully he won't see me, ask me for his money, my chain. But anyways, you know, Chuck Liddell, UFC in general to me is a huge disrespect to martial arts, period. I mean, overall, let's say, anything that had, like, martial arts inside of, like, sport-wise, like, when there's rules under it, it's not really considered martial arts at all. Because if you practice martial arts with rules, there's so many things you can't do. Like, for example, a boxer, they can't even hit in the back of the head. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, I wouldn't want to hit nobody in the back of the head. But just say if you're being thrown in jiu-jitsu. You're already in the air and you're going to land on your back. So why not use that momentum in the air to come down with a punch in the back of his head? I mean, how the hell could a jiu-jitsu person slam someone in the back of the head, but a box couldn't punch in the back of the head? I mean, the rules in different martial arts is crazy. That's why I don't really practice martial arts and rules, because to me it's a little far-fetched. It's not realistic. I mean, you can't train a whole bunch of kids in a karate class to fight in the street-wise if you're going to teach them how to fight in the rules. It's stupid. Self-defense classes, don't get me started with that. But when I think of UFC, I mean, I personally just dislike it because they claim they mix martial arts and do, you know, all these things, but they really only do what? Muay Thai, Jiu-Jitsu, or Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, boxing, kickboxing. That's about it. I mean, they don't really incorporate that many styles into them, and it's crazy. I mean, they might think, or the UFC people might say, like, other martial arts aren't that good to be with us, like Tai Chi and all that other stuff. But, like, you know, half of the martial arts that they use in it, they don't even use them correctly. Like, it's like one person that you could think of that use karate in the UFC, and that's that Yoda Machida guy. I'm not sure what his name is, but, you know, I'm not going to say he's a bad example because I've never seen him fight before, but, you know, I hope he's repping karate very well. I mean, I hope he's doing a good job. But overall, I mean, UFC to me is kind of disgraced to martial arts. They're not that strong. I mean, I believe that actual normal people can beat them. I mean, people might say UFC don't have that many rules abounding them, but they do. I mean, I'm sorry, but when you claim you do Muay Thai, and when somebody falls to the ground, you get on top of him and start punching him and elbowing him in his face, no, I mean, that might seem kind of realistic, and I would agree. Like, you know, somebody walk up to somebody, hit him, and then they get on top of him and start beating his face in with their elbow in the hands, but, you know, I can see that. But in the ring-wise, like, it's two Muay Thai people going at it. If you're going to show a sign of respect and sportsmanship, you don't hit somebody that's on the ground. Because first of all, your moves in Muay Thai is limited at that.
But I thought but what you talking about hybrid martial arts, they fight the way they fight and they use different techniques. Maybe they was just using a Muay Thai technique and fighting how they fight.
I mean, that is a possibility. I mean, but at the same time, you got to understand, like, if you learn Taekwondo from somebody, you will use Taekwondo the way they taught you, but at the same time the way you fight, right? Now, overall, he would have had to instill some type of discipline, because that's basically what it is discipline. And, like, you gotta have enough willpower not to get on top of him and start beating his face in. Because, first of all, you can't use that many techniques on the ground anyway. You can't. I mean, you're gonna go closer and get on top of him. You're in his guard. Like, you know how many elbows somebody could throw off while you're on top of him? I mean, you can come down as hard as you can with the hardest elbow. Elbow. Damn, what the fuck? Elbow or punch or whatnot. But overall, I mean, you'll probably be able to pull off. The person on the ground is going to pull off more hits than the person that's coming down. That's common sense.
And they're going to be
and they're going to be salty as hell. But in UFC, you'll never see something like that. They just start using jiu-jitsu. Like, and then it's unbelievable how somebody, like, say if they practice Muay Thai and they lose a fight, they'll try to learn, like, say if they lost a fight to somebody who's karate, then they'll try to learn, like, karate, jiu-jitsu, all this extra stuff. But why? I mean, what was the point of you learning more than one martial art? Because you lost, you might as well get better at it. Some people say they learn another martial art to cover and disguise their weaknesses and whatnot. But you gotta understand that there's weaknesses with everything you learn. It's like it's a master, or not even a master. It's up to you to figure out and understand these weaknesses so that way you be able to fight better with them.
So you telling me if somebody do Muay Thai and Taekwondo, and they facing somebody that do Taekwondo, that person would beat the one that do Muay Thai and Taekwondo?
I think that if it was Muay Thai and Taekwondo versus Taekwondo, the person that have Taekwondo has more likely of a chance to win. And the reason being is because, first of alright, say if you was somebody that used Taekwondo and Muay Thai for like, what, 7 years. That Taekwondo person, like 7 years. I mean, they all both practicing martial arts about the exact same time, 7 years. Overall, the Taekwondo one that did only Taekwondo had way more time and experience than you have. Overall. And at the same time, the weaknesses of you, I mean, don't get me wrong, you might have, like, versatility and whatnot with the little changing of Muay Thai and Taekwondo. But even if you want to get technical, Taekwondo is a long-range fighting system opposed to Muay Thai. Muay Thai is a close-range fighting system, which means that you use, like, elbows and knees. That means you'll be elbow length and knee length. If you, like, at leg length, they can't really pull off that many techniques from that far of a distance. So even if you look at it that way, it's still a loss for that person to use too. That's an example of why more than one martial arts is just selfish. I mean, sometimes it's okay because, maybe you learn from a master and that master thought that you should learn more than one, but don't ever learn it the disguise of a weakness or just because you want to learn how to use more than one because of some ridiculous reason. Like, I heard that was better than no. Like, if you want to learn more than one, do it because you like to do more than one, or do it because they seem the most interesting to you, or for a reason. Don't just do them because you're in disguise of weakness, because I'm sorry, but that makes you a bitch. Completely. It does.
So why you think in our society more people want to do Muay Thai?
Well, for example, boxing and Muay Thai, they share the exact same type punches. Boxers, to me, I mean, I can't speak for, I mean, it's different types of boxers, and the two types, the main types is in and out boxers. I don't want to get technical on them start talking about boxing, but I'm just going to say overall, boxing punches are supposed to emphasize on speed. They're supposed to be sharp, quick, come back and go forth. While Muay Thai along the line is supposed to be power. I mean, that I know of, because I practice Muay Thai, not boxers, I know that if a Muay Thai person throw one punch, a boxer should be at least exchange 3 before they actually start getting into it. And a Muay Thai person can use their elbows, knees, and kicks. I mean, people say boxing is really limited because boxers can't really use that much because all they use is their hands. But to me personally, they're not really that limited at all. It's just that that's what they choose. That's how they choose to fight. It's their martial art. People just think that Muay Thai is better because you're using your whole body instead of just this one part. They consider boxing like a 2D martial art. Me personally, I believe that it's strong as any other one.
So that's just like saying savant, like they limited. If somebody think that, they saying savant limited. And
I mean, in the sense,
it's not limited.
like savant is a martial art style that they primarily use kicks, not like Taekwondo. Not Taekwondo, because Taekwondo utilize punches and kicks and stuff like that. But savants use only kicks. I mean, they mainly use their toes, and because they have on boots on, so that way, they won't break their toes and them like that. Opposed to Taekwondo, you just leave with the ball of your foot. You don't have to have the toes. But if the reason why you really couldn't consider savant a 2D fighting system is because they can still use their knees to block certain attacks and parry them the same way Muay Thai would do or Taekwondo. So that's why they wouldn't consider put boxing and savant in the same category, because savant can still use their knees and they can still use their upper body to defend as well as their kicks and whatnot to